Hello everybody, welcome back to Toy Stew! Well, it's part 2 of the James modification. We're gonna paint James black. Let me give you guys an update since what happened last time. Here's a stender. And what I did, I took off all the nail polish. It was not working out. And as you can see, I used some nail polish remover and I kind of was scraping it off with a razor blade, so I was getting in too much of a hurry. So if you do knock it off with a razor blade, you may want to come back and sand it down a little bit with a very fine grit sandpaper and make that as smooth as possible. But it's all black magic marker, and that's what I'm going to go with for the whole thing. Just about. I think I may use some white nail polish for the deck, since it's not a big of an area and you won't be able to see the streaks as bad. That's the plan. And what I've done here, as you can tell, kind of following the outline. I'm trying to leave these bands the original color without having to go back and repaint those. So let me show you what I've been doing on this other side. So where these bands are, there's a ridge in the plastic that you can follow with the marker. I went ahead and got another marker with a little finer point on it. And you can follow the edge of that plastic. And if you're using magic marker, it's going to need at least two coats. Because once it dries, you can kind of see that red peeking through. So let's do this silver part here. So I'm just following the bump in the plastic. And that lets me keep a pretty straight line. And I might still have to go back there and touch up these bands with a little bit of gold and silver paint, but this will make it to where it's not quite as hard to do that. And I may get away with not having to do it at all. We'll see. So in these bigger areas, my plan was to come back with a bigger marker. Go around his golden bell here. Touch that up just a hair. So it's a little bit of fiddly work here on the engine. Hopefully the end result will be worth it. That looks good. For now, let's get this band here near the front. Do the silver on the other side. Woo! So it takes some patience. And you could definitely, if you wanted to, if you didn't want to be so particular about it, just go ahead and cover the whole thing with a big marker. But I was trying to get it to looking pretty nice, but it won't be perfect. And let me show you on this other side also what I did with this. Do you get this red outline? Barely see that. And I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do with this window yet, but I may try to do a little outline in red there too. But the way this comes from the factory, there's a little bump there in the plastic. So same principle, kind of follow that with your marker. Oops. If you catch it fast enough, you can wipe that marker away. Only one thin line. Well, that's not perfect, but it's pretty good. What do we attack next here? Let's get this band. Do. And I'll kind of explain what I want to do with to get that deck white. Get that done over again. And I'm just going to fill this in. Very fiddly, very fiddly. And of course, like this other part, I'll go back in here with a thicker marker and get all that done. And let me show you what I plan to do with to get that white deck. Got some painters. This is called painter's tape. Blue tape. See if I can get it going here. And what it is, it's more or less like masking tape, except it's not quite as sticky. So what I'll do, so I want this whole deck white eventually. So any part that I don't want it to be white, I'll just get some of this tape. See if these scissors will work. And get in there and tape it off. You have to be a little more precise than that. But and when you're done, it just comes off very easily. So, I didn't want to bore you guys with doing all that. So what I'll do in the meantime is get all this painted black with a marker. Tape all this off. And get some white nail polish, and also got a white, I don't have it here with me, I got a white paint pen. And I tried that nail polish on a spare piece, and it seemed to work pretty good. So I think I may go with that. And next time you see James, he should be totally painted black. And then once everything is done to satisfactory completion, I believe I'll spray it with a little called polyurethane spray, so everything will stay as is for longer. And the more these are played with, any kind of modification, the more it's the paint or marker or whatever is going to rub off. But to get it last a little longer, I'll put some of the final coating of the polyurethane spray. And I may still looking for, might have found some gold numbers I can put on here for their decals, and get that taken care of. I don't know if you can see there, but it kind of wears off that marker. But I think once I get that last coating, that clear coat on there, it's going to be much better. And we'll have a black James for a fraction of the cost that they're charging now. Woo! Alright, well thank you guys so much for joining us here on Toast You. Be sure and subscribe, share, comment, request, and of course, thumbs up! I'll be back with part 3, and hopefully old James will be all finished up. And we can get him on the track, get him rolling around. Alright, you guys take care. We'll see you next time. Bye now.